Hello, everybody out in YouTube land. This is Richard Demi and Dave Doctorman. I came up with a fun way where I'm actually dropping Dave up on the screen with me. I'm going to step out here for a couple of minutes, but today we're going to go back and work on some Clark studies because they are just really good and really fun to work on. So I'm going to put it back to you, Dave, and I'll be right back here in about a minute or two.
All right. All right, let's get started, everyone. So, before we start this, I can do just a little bit of stretches here. I'm going to turn here and turn to one side of my chair and hold it. Breathe in, out for a few seconds, then do the same here on the other side. All right, good, good. And I'm just going to do a couple easy zipper breaths in and out. So, all right. So, hey, we've got a Clark study here. We're going to start off with also, if you want to buzz your mouthpiece a little bit beforehand. Play a few notes. You can always pause this and do some long tones first, but let's get right into this. And we're going to try to do this 2 times. All right, here we go. And I'm going to play this fairly soft, very soft. One, two. One more time. Next one. Next one. Okay. Hey, let's go back to the beginning. So,
Oh, okay. Good. I didn't miss anything.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so good. Hey, I just got that warmed up a little bit here. So, if those are your first notes of the day, like mine, um, what I want to really focus on is making this real smooth, um, keeping my tongue just gliding along, let the air lead the way on these, and just take a nice, full, relaxed breath and just let the air out really slow. Play these really soft, um, and let the tempo move a little bit on these so we can try to do them 2 times through in one breath. So let's try this one more last time. This time I'm going to do 1 time through of just air through my horn, and just try to get that feeling of letting the air out really full and slow. And then I'm going to play it twice on each one. So here we go. Oh, 1, 2. And playing. 1. Yeah, one more time on that one. Let's see if we can get even a deeper, bigger, fuller breath and make it sound easier. 1, 2. Almost. And one last time. Let's see if we can really. I'm going to push the tempo just a little bit and really make this easy feeling the whole time. 1. All right. Now let's go on. Let's do air on the next one time, and then playing 2 times. And playing. Let's do that a second time. And just sigh. See if we can even take in a better breath and let it out even slower and fuller. Here we go on F. 1. Here we go. And now on F sharp, let's do air through the horn first. And playing on F sharp. And one more time, even fuller all the way to the end. Better breath on these. All right, and now on G, we're going to do air. All right, and now playing twice. Right, and G sharp, just air. All right, and playing twice. And let's do A, just air, one time. And playing twice on A. All right. So, hopefully the goal is to sound better and better, and not not just force yourself to do it, but have some thoughts on what you can do to sound better, some tricks and tips to do, and practicing these for trombone players especially. What we have to do is really keep the air going and keep your slide moving, and not tensing up your slide arm, and keeping everything really flowing for these. And I think I noticed it getting better there from my first notes of the day. What did you notice, Richard?
Oh, I was noticing a bunch of stuff about my own playing. I think we need to boost up your signal a little bit more because I've got my compression on, so whenever I do something quiet, it ends up being loud for the signal. But one thing that I notice a lot, I know people tuning in who've been working with us for a while because we again doing this since March every day. We have our standard daily routine, and it is wonderful to have a standard daily routine that you do every day that you're working on, you're making progress. Um, except when you get into a point of apathy or you get into a point of going through the motions and thinking that, you know, showing up does get you better, but you have to do a little bit more than that. This is a great exercise, and I'm glad we went over just these chromatic scales so much. Just this one page here, this little segment, and we haven't moved on. Some people are going to find it boring, and especially the younger students who, once they learn how to play it, they're like, "Why haven't we moved on yet?" Because there's something really, really important to work on here that's mental more than it is the physical act of playing. If you turn off your brain and you daydream while you're playing and you go through the motions, and it's kind of like running, and you treat it like running, because like when you run and you shut off your brain and you just run as fast as you can for like 30 minutes, if you do that every day, you're going to get better, and that's good. Granted, I'm not like a professional runner, so I don't know if this is going to apply at the higher levels. But when we're making music, the goal isn't just to do it every day. If we're practicing this routine, we just think of as long as we do it, it gets better. Well, what happens when we start sounding worse and we make those worse sounds more and more every day? That's what we don't want to do. So what I want you to do when you're practicing this is we're going to be focusing on how we're going to focus. And the two words I want to use are, um, well, the two words I want you to think about is focus and depth. When you're playing, if you try to analyze every little thing that you're doing while you're playing, that's not focus because you're going to be jumping around between different things. So you're not going to be focused, and it's going to be just the surface level thing. So what I want us to do is come up with something, and it's going to be different for every person. It's going to be different for you. Maybe every day it's going to be something else you have to find that you need to focus on deeply. But in general, it's going to be your result. And in general, that result is going to be um, something about the sound. So when you're playing and you notice da 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 da, you can say, "Oh, I need to speed up my second finger when I'm moving from over here to over there," or maybe I've got this position where I have to start moving my arm, or I'm moving too much wrist. There are lots of these little things that you can think about, but that's not what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on something that'll allow you to get that end result the way that you want to. So let's put it this way. In the past, we've been talking about things like pouring pouring chocolate fudge on ice cream. I'm hearing people jump on, and I'm seeing people jump on and jump off because I'm getting too boring about this. But to be completely honest, if you're watching this, you go back and you watch it again. This is the super most important thing. You need to have focus and you need to have depth on just one thing when you're playing with this, and it's something about the end result. You can just think about the smooth connectivity of all of your notes. You can think of a metaphor. I can hear the pouring of my hot fudge. I can hear that spicy queso in my playing, that creamy queso. Or in my case, when I was playing this today, something that really, really helped was just to tell myself, I'm going to hear myself relaxing when I play this. And I just want to have that idea of just like laying down on a soft couch. And but focus and depth on that. Okay, I've been talking a lot about this, and I do apologize. I feel like I've totally derailed everything that Dave was working on. But if you really think about it, Dave was trying to get that relaxation in the feeling of the air, and get that same relaxation in the notes. But it has to be focus and depth. And you have to only focus on one thing. You can't be focusing on multiple things and jumping back around. You have to come up with something that's going to encompass everything else. And then you have to trust yourself that when you then focus on something else, that you're leaving your previous subject in good hands. Okay, that was like a 5-minute talk that I think was kind of really important, not just for you to hear, but I think it was important for me to say to myself too. A lot of times you get so fixed on, I want to fix this, I want to fix that, I want to fix that, that when you do that, you're not focused and you're not deep in what you're working on. So depth in one thing will solve all of these other problems. I'm talking too much. Dave, hopefully that was good for you. Hopefully I didn't bore you to death. What do you say? Why don't we jump on to the next, our next pattern?
Right.
And we'll do I'm not sure how much back and forth necessarily we have to do, but I like this idea of the airflow, and that's going to be, I think, the focal point is trying to get something about the air, and let's kind of do this a couple different ways. Let's kind of do the same thing. We'll start it off really slow, so anybody who hasn't worked on these, you get to get it under your fingers first, and we'll go back and we'll do it a second time fast. Dave, do you want to do the second time faster?
Yeah, we could give that a go.
Good. So I'll just run these slow,
if you're a
and then you can.
trombonist and these are too fast, just play it slow twice.
Yeah.
Give it your best.
And that's why I'll have Dave, because Dave will get the right. Me, I'll just do it way too fast. So I'll do the first one here really slow. All right. So, I like this idea of just doing the air first, because we're gonna work on this. If you want to visualize soaring a paper airplane, maybe, and then the act of breathing in is throwing the paper airplane, and then that paper airplane is going to gently be flying over the wind currents, and see how far it can go. Ready? 2, 3. Just keeping on smoothly flowing. Okay? Now we're going to play it at that same speed, just one time, all right? And what you're going to notice is I was tonguing it when I was just moving my air and fingers. When I was playing it, I was slurring it. I want you to pretend that your tonguing is just like the sound of your valves moving, or when you're doing the lip slur. And then when you're playing, I just want you to hear that idea, but without moving your tongue. All right? Let's do 28 now. Actually, let's do it one more time. Playing one more time. 27. 2. Ready? Air, 28. Ready? Breathing in. You'll notice how often I'm breathing. I'm not trying to last very long. I'm trying to run out really fast. I'm trying to totally relax and not put up any resistance in the ability of the air to let go of my body. Let's play it. Ready? And feeling around in my body as I'm playing, like mentally. Oh, I'm realizing my abs are really tight. Let's just relax that a little bit. Let's relax the chest a little bit. My shoulders are getting tight. And I'm thinking if I think that I'm relaxed, I'm actually not focusing enough and deeply enough on my body. And I'm just focusing on my body, making sure it's nice and relaxed. We'll do it one more time. As I started relaxing more, I realized how tense I was. If you're at a certain level of tension, you don't realize that you're tense. So as you as you feel your body and you start to relax different places in your body, your back, your shoulders, your neck, your chest, all of a sudden you'll realize how much tension you're holding them in. So just let that air fall out, just like that. All right, let's play 28 one more time. 2, ready? Oh my word, everything magically started to sound better, and I wasn't trying to fix the problems. It's because of that tension that I was holding. As I was consciously focusing deeply on relaxing different parts of my body, it allowed the autopilot or the package that I have already practiced to come out better. All right, 29. We'll do it the same way. Breathing in nice and deep, and as you're blowing your air out, I want you to not have any muscles in your body keeping that air in. Let that air come out as fast as it wants to. Keep your corners firm. That's the only place that, we're regulating the airflow. So let's do 29. 2, ready, and yeah. Oh, I got dizzy that time. That was nice. It was very relaxed. Let's play it. I'm going to play it slower than I just did, actually, because I was playing it too fast. 2, ready. So it was interesting that time. It was my rib cage right over here. I felt like I was kind of tightening that up just a little bit, and that was causing a lot of tension. As soon as I relaxed it, all of a sudden it felt like my lung capacity doubled. Yes, the more you relax those muscles, the longer your air flows. You don't need to help the air come out. You don't really help air come out of a balloon. All right, let's do 29 again. 29 again. Ready? And all right, make sure you have good hand position. I was accidentally using my pinky. Accidentally, I wasn't paying attention to it. So that one wasn't quite as good. I was feeling a lot more tension in my neck. So just let your mind float. Be focused on relaxing. Don't be focused on different parts of your body. That was the problem that I did that last time. All right, 30. Air only. Tons of air. Dump it out like you're just dropping a bowling ball. 30. Ready? And your mind can think of billions of thoughts at the same time, but you can only think of one. So right now, I'm just picking relaxing being the thought. Let your body do all the work. All right, let's play it. 30. You ready? And nice. My mind was just floating from different point to point, just relaxing different places, and I wasn't thinking about where those points were. It just did it on its own. Let's try 30 again. Big breath. Still some mistakes, but so many more points that were good. All right, 31, and then I'll pass it off to Dave to run us through at a fast tempo. So 31, nice and slow. Ready? Deep breath in. I really relax my throat when I breathe. So action, reaction. The amount of tension that you have when you're breathing is the same amount of tension you're going to have when you blow in. So really focus on being relaxed when you're breathing in. We'll have a sip of coffee one more time. Don't drink coffee when you're playing your horn. All right, 31. 2. Ready? And another deep breath. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, relax. Now let's play it again. One last time. Right? And all right. All right, that felt pretty good. Dave, your turn.
Okay. All right, so let's go back and try to do these once through a little bit quicker with the same feeling as it was when it was slow with the air. Okay, so let's try once with air and then once playing. Notice I still had to take a lot of breath there. I still wanted to waste that air. And let's play this one now. I think we could even go faster. What do you think, Richard? Should we bump it up even faster?
Maybe faster and definitely at least 2 times. But since we're playing it fast, we'll have plenty of air.
Okay. Let's try that again. Here we go. Right. And let's try the next one. Let's do air and then twice. And playing twice. Ready. And the next one on G, and this is just air once. And playing. And A, just air on the A, 31. And playing twice. All right.
Oh, I guess Dave went back on mute. All right, that sounds really good. So actually what I want to do is, Dave, why don't you lead us through slow the next exercise? And I'm thinking about just jumping ahead right here to number 3, and we can probably go through these a little bit faster, the third studies. Mainly because we can only basically fit 2 exercises on a page at a time, so I want to do a couple of these, and that's probably what we're going to spend the rest of the class on, working with this. So the big thing that I want you to get when you're practicing this, everybody thinks that this is about learning patterns and getting the right notes. That's not what Clark studies are at all. It's about, I mean, it might be a little bit, but what it's really about, it's about having your body be supple and adapting to just playing these really, really softly and efficiently. And then just by doing the repetition and relaxing into the repetitions, your body will teach itself exactly what it needs to do, just the slightest amount possible that it needs to do in order to make it work well. And that's what efficiency is. So it's helping you get more efficient, helping your embouchure get more supple, helping your air and tongue position just work better. And the best part is you don't have to think about those things. You just have to think about making a smooth and connected sound when you're playing. That's what your focus should be on. So I'm going to go back on mute. I like how Dave talks. I don't like hearing myself talk. So I'm going to sit back and study. And I'll turn the page down. I'll move the page for us, and we can do a couple of these.
Okay, let's start this one off. This is another Clark here. So let's try to do this 2 times. Breathe where you have to. And let's see how smooth we can make this. Just relax and let the air flow, just like on the exercises. Ready? Okay. Hey, not bad. That kind of got the dust off of that one. Hey, let's try to go back and do this even faster. So that might be a good thing to do. Just get these kind of loosened up and then see if we can get the same idea. Just floating along, moving forward, and just keeping that air going, and stay more relaxed even than you were before as we go faster. Don't tighten anything up to go faster. Here we go. All right. Hopefully that felt a little easier the second time.
Yeah.
And let's do the same thing with 47. Let's go once through. Just relax, keep your airflow going, and really connect these notes together. Run the notes into each other with the air. Ready? All right, and let's move through this twice, a little quicker. Ready? Hopefully that felt the same. If it doesn't, definitely go back, try those again on the replay, and feel free to take these slower for sure, and faster for that matter. If you're feeling great, bump up that speed on the replay, or just go faster.
Or if you're a euphonium player, you know.
If you're yeah. If you're a trombone player, good luck. No. Yeah, the goal is to just, it doesn't matter that we play a slide or a valve or have only 3 valves instead of 100 keys, or the goal is just to think of the sound you want to do and just make the sound. So, okay, we've got some flats here. Let's do 48. Here we go. On this one. For those of you with triggers for your trombone, give a try in the first measure, and when you see this pattern with B flat, see if you can try trigger 4. It's a little bit, that's like a low 3/4 for this. To find that note, it might make it a little bit smoother. It's good to work out the valve. So, hey, let's try this faster twice. All right, 48. Yeah, there's a big trigger workout when you do that B flat with trigger. Um, hey, and if you miss one, keep going. Just keep that air flowing, even if you miss a pattern. Don't let it affect you. Um, just make the next note even better.
All right. Well, let's keep on rolling through. Why not? I'm probably gonna have to let let the bunch end a little bit today because I've got a class I need to teach right afterwards. Um, so let's kind of jump into another one of my favorite exercises. They're actually all my favorite exercises. That's one of the secrets to them because you can once you learn them, you can get them fast. And this is kind of like a trill study. As a matter of fact, let's not torture ourselves. Let's start with 67 here, and let's work this out a little bit. Um, I actually want us to spend some time doing a little bit of a poo articulation, try to get the lip suppleness going. So let's do this first measure, and we'll just go back and forth in this tempo. Each beat, it's the 16th note here. 1, 2, and we're going to articulate with a poo like this. And yeah, you're going to have more motion than you normally would. You never want to do this when you're actually playing, but a lot of times I hear this dwa sound that a lot of brass players have that sounds awful to me. You don't hit a bell and it doesn't go dring. It doesn't do that. You don't pluck a guitar string and it doesn't go whine. Even a banjo doesn't do that. We need to have a consistent tone the entire time. So what we're working on with this is to try to make the sound happen by just opening our lips without it actually having this wah sound. So it's and you get it just by having your lips be relaxed. So when you blow the air, you open it to the right place instead of holding it firm and then slowly releasing the brakes so it gets this dwa. So let's listen to it again, right? And so you can tell that it might be something a little bit funny going on, but yes, I'm actually physically closing my lips and opening my lips, and it still sounds pretty good. And that's the goal. So let's just do this one first measure. Ready? And now we're going to play it at tempo. Da-dee-da-dee. Sorry, double that tempo. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And this is all slurred, so, articulate correctly this time. 2, right? And do you kind of feel how more responsive your lips become? Dave, how was that for you?
Yeah, that was really good. That was really good. That got things loosened up a lot.
Kind of weird how we hold tension consciously without knowing that we do that. And that's these seem like extremely simple exercises. And if you're in middle school, you're like, I want to do something harder. Think about that for a second because we're professionals. And this is the thing that actually makes our playing better. So if you practice it now and you just kind of clue into what we're talking about, you're going to, advance by leaps and bounds. Remember, focus and depth. So what we're working on to the focus right now is just having our embouchure be responsive to the air as opposed to controlling the air. All right, 67 again. We're going to do the poo attack. This time we'll do it on the second measure. And then when we go back and play the whole thing, we'll make it 4 times faster. So 1, 2, 3. I want to keep doing it because it was actually kind of hard at first. If you heard, I had a weird tone at the beginning, and then I was able to fix it. All right, whole thing. Da 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 da. Ready? 2, 3. Yeah, that was pretty good. How was that for you, Dave? Too fast? Just right?
No, actually, I was with you. Yeah, I could do that speed on trombone. It actually is relatively
Should be pretty easy because you're just
it's easy. It's easy on the trombone. It's you just got to get relaxed enough going back and forth between some of these positions. You can't tighten your arm up or
Yeah.
get too tense. You have to be really relaxed.
This is a real, I mean, like, arm tension is the bane of my existence on trombone, and every time I practice my Clarks, if I focus on the wrong thing, I actually become a worse trombone player. If I focus on just relaxing and just focusing on staying relaxed and keeping it smooth, all of a sudden I'm sounding good and I have no idea why.
Mm.
And I should, because I just, whatever. I should know why. Let's do the same thing for this one. Let's just play it twice and call it quit. Let's poo it. Here we go, pooing. Ready? And... Play it. 2, ready? There we go. Yeah, it was pretty good. This is really good for trombone because it helps you really figure out where your 5th position is. So let's do it again, pooing the second measure. 2, ready? Now 4 times faster. 1, 2, ready? All right. It's a little bit hard on youth to just go back and forth between that fingering and keeping the fingers together, but that's what it is. All right. It was a good day today. Dave, thanks for especially the beginning. My son was having a little bit of trouble getting out the door, so I needed to go and help him get out the door. So.
All right. Good work today.
All right. Good work. Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you for everybody else who is watching. And hopefully we have a bunch of people that are watching it, but not quite live. Hey, look at that. We got 9 people that are watching it today so far. So that was wonderful.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, join us on Zoom next time.
Join in. And I have somebody that says they're going to join us again tomorrow. So we might have another college professor joining us, working on daily routines because, hey, if it's good for us, it's probably good for other people. All right. I will talk to you all later. And everybody have a wonderful, safe day. stay healthy, and stay practicing. Bye.